Hey everybody, Dr. Josh Axe here along with Dr. Jessica Knox and Dr. Rachel Knox. And today we're here to answer your questions. We've had a lot of questions coming in about CBD and cannabis and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to answer your questions here right now. And by the way, I brought in the world's leading experts in cannabinoid medicine to answer these questions for you. So we'll see what you guys are sending in here. All right, first question is, how is CBD or CBD oil different from marijuana?
Okay, so this is a question we get all the time. What is the difference between hemp oil, CBD oil, and cannabis oil?
Yeah.
Hemp seed oil is something we can buy from the grocery store right now, off the internet, off of Amazon. It's a high fat content oil, and you use it for nutritional supplementation, right? There's no CBD in the seeds, so therefore there is no CBD in hemp seed oil that we can purchase at the store. Now, hemp oil or CBD oil is something that I think we're all being flooded with right now. There's tons of products in the market, and I think we're going to get to some product differentiators eventually. But CBD oil comes from hemp, and hemp is something that we classify as having 0.3% or less THC in it. And that's differentiated from cannabis oil or marijuana oil by that THC content. So any oil that comes from a plant that has 0.3 or higher THC is considered marijuana.
It's great. So again, for everybody watching this, hemp seed oil is going to be like healthy fats, omega-3s, omega-6s, omega-9s, healthy balance. The CBD oil is specifically going to have mostly CBD, small amounts of THC, very, very small, just to kind of support it. And then cannabis oil is going to have more of the THC and CBD there. Makes sense. All right. Can I get high from CBD or CBD oil?
Yeah, this is a great and very common question. And no, you can't get high from CBD, but there's a common misconception or myth that CBD is not psychoactive. We actually say, yes, CBD is psychoactive because it's working on your brain, it's working on your nervous system. So it's psychoactive because it's working in your nervous system, but it won't cause a high or a euphoria or intoxication that we associate with THC.
That's great. And actually, it really has more of a, CBD oil has more of a calming effect.
That's right.
That's right. Okay, so third question, how much CBD should I be taking in terms of milligrams or times a day? What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, so we totally believe and support a wellness dose of CBD every single day. And on average, that falls within the 20 milligram to 50 milligrams of CBD daily. Now, how you take that, it's up to you. You can take 10 in the morning and 10 at night. So we leave that up to the consumer or the patient to determine. In our clinic, we start with the start low, increase slowly mantra, and that can be as low as 2.5 milligrams, and you might find yourself going all the way up to 100 milligrams. But the whole idea is to start low so that you don't miss your sweet spot.
That's great. Next question is, how do I know if CBD oil is actually working?
If you're looking for wellness, you might not notice CBD working. Or over time, you might find that in general, you just sort of feel better.
Yeah.
But as with any wellness practice, it's just something that's there as maintenance to help you feel good on a day-to-day basis.
So what are your thoughts on in terms of the time of day to take it? Because that's another question people sometimes have.
Yeah, again, I think it depends. It totally depends. With any cannabis product, we recommend, trying it for the first time on a day you're not doing anything, right? Because if that CBD keeps you alert and a little bit energized, you're not going to want to take that at night. So again, it all comes down to how you're using it. If you're using it just for wellness, taking it at the same time every day is fine. And the time of day really doesn't matter unless you're experiencing some unwanted effects.
Great. All right, next question here is, can CBD still be full spectrum if it doesn't have any THC in it?
Yep. I'll take it away.
Go for it.
It depends. So a full spectrum product or a fully extracted product is one that has not intentionally taken anything away from it. The best full spectrum products are going to be ones that retain the most chemical compounds that plant had in its raw state. So if a hemp product had THC in it at one point and through extraction and processing, the THC was intentionally removed, we would no longer consider that a full spectrum product.
Now, and generally speaking, what do you think is more beneficial? Taking a CBD oil that's full spectrum that has some THC in it, or one that doesn't have when you're working with patients?
Yeah, well, we're naturalists. We believe in whole food, whole plant nutrition. So we don't believe in artificially extracting cannabinoids that are present in that plant. Again, the entourage, the whole being greater than the sum of its parts, that THC is in that plant for a reason. And so we don't believe in extracting that, and we don't consider products that have intentionally extracted that THC to be full spectrum anymore.
Yeah, I live in the same vein of wanting to, that, as you guys mentioned before, the entourage effect. These compounds all work together to benefit our bodies and to sometimes act in a compounding effort and more powerfully. So I love that. So another question I had, or we had come in here, is what are terpenes specifically, and how do those interact or even affect CBD and some of those other compounds?
Yeah. So terpenes are very volatile aromatic compounds that give all botanicals their flavor and their aroma. They also have a lot of health benefits. Essential oils are chock full of terpenes, and about, anywhere from 7 to 97% of the essential oil extracted from hemp contains terpenes. Cannabis comes in so many different chemical varieties. They have different cannabinoid ratios, but they also have different terpene profiles too. And a lot of the effects that people get when they use full spectrum cannabis products is from the terpenes and not necessarily those cannabinoids. So that just sort of speaks again to the full spectrum product being a little bit or even extraordinarily more effective.
Yeah, and I think specifically, a lot of times we can tell patients something with limonene is going to help sort of boost mood.
Well, I love it. I'm also a big fan of using essential oils. We know they've been used for thousands of years, and everything from Greek medicine to biblical medicine to even Chinese medicine. And so I love studying the terpenes and seeing how those affect. It's really interesting to think about how using a product that has these terpenes with CBD and some of the other endocannabinoids cannabinoids can affect our bodies in a positive way. Frankincense is a great example. I know it's got lots of sequestiterpenes and how that can affect our body, and so it's awesome. So I want to say, hey, thank you everybody who sent in your question. If you have more questions, feel free to ask them on here as well. And I've brought in the world's leading experts on the endocannabinoid system, Dr. Jessica Knox and Dr. Rachel Knox here, who are teaching the world about cannabinoid medicine. Thanks, everybody.